We have these strong beliefs connected with emotion, and we have to be careful because emotion can blind us to reality. Our interpretations doesn't make it true. And I want us to get that. Just because there's facts, just because there's beliefs doesn't make it true. It just means that we strongly believe in that. Gentlemen, what's going on? It is a beautiful day to be alive. It is a beautiful day to be a man. This is the Better Man channel, where it is about removing the layers of paint that have been painted over us and finding our true self, our true colors. How many of us have ever remodeled a house, or we've been painting, and we see these different layers, right? We start peeling back the layers and we see they just painted over another color and over another color. And you begin seeing these different chips, these different colors. That's in essence what has happened to man. Throughout each generation, there's this different paint that's been placed upon us. You're supposed to act this way. You're supposed to behave this way. This is the color that represents you. And we get these layers painted over us, and after each generation, we begin to lose our true nature. Who the hell are we? What does it even mean to be man? What are the ideals of man? What's the ideal, the overarching theme that reverberates throughout this culture? We lose that. Each generation just paints over, and we lose the very nature of who we are. And in reality, that's what our present age is. The present age is the past interpretations, the past beliefs and standards of the old, right? We take those on face value just because that's the way it is. And the problem with interpretations is that they're not always true, right? Interpretations of facts aren't always true. And what I mean by this is that, okay, say two men get into a fight. One person's interpretation of that as a witness is going to say, oh, that one person was in the wrong. The other was acted accordingly in self-defense. Another person's interpretation can be violence is wrong altogether. They were both in the wrong. And then another person's interpretation can be, oh, well, the one person was in the wrong and the other guy was in self-defense. And you have all these differing interpretations. That's life, man. We all have these interpretations that we've created these ideologies around. We've created these belief systems. We've created religions. And these stem from the individual's beliefs, the individual's interpretations. And we have to be careful when we adopt an interpretation, because we know how emotion can strongly be connected to certain beliefs we have, right? We get in that endorphin hormonal phase of a relationship. Oh God, this is the one. I love her. And I've known her a week. That emotion gets into my belief system, that strong belief. Or we have strong beliefs about a political party, right? In our interpretation of it. And we say, oh, this guy, he's going to be the next great president. This next policy is going to change the world. We have these strong beliefs connected with emotion, and we have to be careful because emotion can blind us to reality. Our interpretations doesn't make it true. And I want us to get that. Just because there's facts, just because there's beliefs doesn't make it true. It just means that we strongly believe in that. And in order to overcome these, we have to begin to evaluate, what do I believe in? Is this right? Is it wrong? Is it good for me? How can I interpret this so that it benefits me? We've been living for so long on other people's interpretations. We beg for the ideas, opinions, and interpretations of others. And then we fight for them as if they were our own. Do we know the very fundamental origins of the ideas that we uphold, of the beliefs that we have? Or are we just adopting them blindly? Someone else's interpretation of life. Who's to say that your interpretation isn't just as good or better? We're living off yesterday's, the past generation's ideas, their beliefs, their convictions. And I'm all for tradition, and I'm all for maintaining order. But if you're adopting something that's less than, you've got to begin to examine that. What is that ideal? What is that interpretation doing for me? Existence. this present age is just an interpretation of those men of the past. And if we find that their interpretations are not holding water, if we find that their interpretations aren't for us, if it's not directing me in a meaningful existence, then we need to check that. We need to balance the imbalances so that we can stand on our own 2 feet and create order. Life is a set of interpretations. And as men, especially as men in today's climate, we've been painted over. This is what it means to be man. No, wait. This is what it means to be man. No, hold on. This is what it means. And our very true nature has been painted over, whitewashed. Let's take away that toxic masculinity. Let's take away the characteristics of patriarchy that have built this society. Let's tame man down. Paint it over. If we want to get to our true nature, if we want to get back to what it means to be a man, we've got to peel back those layers, peel back the interpretations so that we can truly begin to interpret our own life. We've been blinded to reality because we've accepted the interpretations of other men that may not be fitting for our current existence. What society needs today, what we need, what you need, what individual men need is to create and structure their own life in accordance to their interpretation that is particular to their situation, the current environment that they're in. Facts are interpreted by varying viewpoints. A fact and an interpretation doesn't make it true for you in your particular situation. Facts are subjective. Facts can be interpreted. Life is an interpretation of those that choose to interpret it. And the powers that be are the ones that will their interpretations into existence. If you want power in your life, if you want sovereignty, if you want to be a man in control, you have to will your interpretation of life into existence. What does it mean to be man in your current situation? I love you guys. Peel back the layers, find your manhood, your nature, create your own interpretation, and I promise you it will bring you further than those old, crusty paint chips of the past interpretations ever will. You'll hear from me next episode.